Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome to Life with Brock. If you end up liking the content, consider giving it a thumbs up and sharing it with a nerd friend. Let's go. All right, I'm back at it like for the 50th time. This episode is going to be so difficult for me to record. My name is Brock. I'm your host. This Week in Customs, episode 41. It's where I go to the world of Instagram and take a look at the amazing custom action figures that you artists are putting out on a weekly basis. And we do have a fan vote. Congratulations goes out to Hobo Customs Venom. Took it by 50% of the vote with 331 votes in. The fans have put in their voice. They dig your Venom. Excellent job. I got to tune it down because I can't tune it down. We're beginning this episode with Phoenix Force Creations, Stepford Cuckoos. And I'm going cuckoo for this custom. Can I? Bad dad joke right there. But there you can see his work in progress shots looking amazing. The progress, the detail on these things, the soft goods. Man, nailed the character. Very interesting character. Or should I say characters? Yeah, there you go. It's time to turn off the colors. Okay, moving on. Nice job, Mike. DTG figures with autonomous swordsman. This is a scratch build. He started from the with nothing. And he built this up. Dude, this thing looks so cool. The design, I don't even know where it's from. What, can I read about this guy? Or you just made this character up? All the details are fantastic on it. DF action figures with a talisman. Okay, look at that. Completely nailed that character. I mean, it literally looks like that image. And that soft goods cape, dude. Man, you nailed it. And like, look at her wrist. She even has all the little goodies. Wow, talk about attention to detail in a custom. This is an outstanding custom from DF Action Figures. We're coming to get accustomed to those types of customs from you, dude. It's vintage with a very awesome looking Iceman. And let me show you a couple other pictures that he had because he added different heads. This is outstanding work. I like the sculpting on it, the paint. It hits it on the money, screams Mr. Freeze. I called him Iceman, didn't I? Mr. Freeze, I do that. You know, the brain doesn't work sometimes. Moving on to our next customizer, Dope Toys, New York, with a Nightfall Batman Azrael Mesco style. I definitely like all the kit bashing that you did here. Works really, really nice. I'm not a fan of Mesco. I really don't like their soft good stuff, but man, this custom really put it together. Good job, Mark. It looks really good. Moving on to our next one. This is going to be from a Red Dead Redemption 2, which I haven't had the privilege of playing. I love Red Dead Redemption 1, so this is going to be Arthur Morgan. I guess he's going to be, is he the protagonist in Red Dead Redemption 2? I mean, it looks cool. A lot of details, even down to the spurs. Very cool looking. I just wish I would have played the game so I would be more familiar with this character. Let's take a look at a video here. We're gonna get a 360. Really nice paint job too. Very clean. Man, I don't see any paint splatter anywhere. Wow. Comic Customs, digging it. Killed it with that custom, dude. Jacob's Toys, we're going to have, what's this guy's name again? Banshee, that's right. And this is definitely an updated figure from what, was it Hasbro or Toy Biz? I sometimes get those confused. Back in the day, I didn't collect. But that's where he started from. And he's got a whole team going, but pretty neat result there at the end. I think that it definitely pays homage to the character. I think very recognizable that that's the character. All right, you know me and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's a love-hate relationship. It's a love relationship when Aero Custom Figures does his thing. And I think this character's name is Yojimbo or something like that, right? No, yeah, Usagi Yojimbo. The only reason I know that is because I picked up a couple of years ago for unboxing art, I picked this character, the rabbit, up at a Walmart. I picked up the figure, and that's the only reason I know that character. Nelia Christine, we're getting through these this week. I'm trying to get this down so it's easier to watch. Does this character wear clothes at all? Holy cow. It's going to be a fan favorite, I'm sure. Nelia Christine definitely looks like that character, and I got to move on before my wife sees what I'm watching there. All right, Brick Battalion with a Devil Dinosaur. Really, really nice looking. The colors are so on point. Dig the eye there and the horns. Beautiful paintwork and sculpt work too. Really nice job, dude. Black Hole Comics. He does have a YouTube. Go check him out. He talks about this figure there. I absolutely love it. It's a mixture of, he talks about what parts he used from Mesco, but for me, he nailed Red Hood here. It is a beautiful, beautiful custom, and like I've mentioned already, I don't really care for Mesco figures, but I care for that one. All right, Draw Custom here did a quick swap out. This is the new Nightcrawler. He's using the old Toy Biz tail. Did it seamlessly right there. Looks good on him. And if you want best of both worlds, I still think the Toy Biz one gives this one a run for its money, especially in articulation, except on the waist. You know, the Toy Biz didn't bend much at the waist, but I think it looks good. This one, the Hasbro, looks good with that Toy Biz tail. Ant-Man Customs with a crossbones right here. It took him, he said he did this over the weekend, super easy. Looks like he's using some Nuke pants, and that actually may be the Nuke upper body. I can't tell. Actually, I think that is the Nuke upper body. If you just, the Hyperion buck, if you move him to the side, depending on where the neck position is, like, it's easier to tell. It's kind of like a Rob Liefeld thing, but that looks pretty sweet. It's Crossbones is a fun character. Who doesn't want that in their collection? All right, so Bargain Bin Customs and I have called this Hobo Captain Boomerang, and he contacted me on the side and showed me, and I said he looks like a hobo. He sure does. But he nails the look of Captain Boomerang, and it's definitely like a Mesco style. So if you're into it, in Bargain Bin Customs, that's the type of customs that he's prone to do. Go check out his page if you're interested in that type of work. Copy Artist EGI, I think that's how we're going to pronounce it, but man, what an amazing paint job here. Look at the before and after. That is a 1/12 scale figure, and that one right there, the after shot, looks like a Hot Toys phase, or almost as a Hot Toy phase. Kudos to you for an excellent paint job. The Real Dallas James putting out a bunch of stuff recently, and I really like the look of this Rhino. Good use of that Hulk. And man, you did a really good job on that head to make it look like the Rhino. Love the expression. This is one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best sculpts that I think that's from Toy Biz, right? Am I right, guys? Put it down in the comments. Let me know in the chat if I was right. Customs by Machu doing a video game style cable right here. Definitely, if you're, let me see, I can't remember where it was. Where was that from? Marvel vs. Capcom. So if you're familiar with that, go tell me if he nailed the character, because I haven't played that game in a really long time. However, going back to the first picture, man, that's so clean. Like, look at that. There's no, like, paint bleed. That's a really nice job on that cable. Good work. The Dark McKnight. Here's Butcher. He's probably using the newest, what was that 2-pack head? The Scourge, I think, Scourge or Scourge. I can't remember what the pronunciation is, but he nails this character right here. And if you're not a fan of the boys, it's adults only, kids. If there's any kids watching here, which most of you are adults. All of you are adults. YouTube, remember that. All of them are. All right, now a few words from our sponsors.
Welcome back to This Week in Customs. Life is Brock. This Week in Customs. It's your boy.
He's calling himself Fat Thanos. Fat. Oh, whoa! Look at that hair. I wish I had that hair. Good for you, player. All right, thank you. If you're interested in that shirt, let me know. Send me a DM on Instagram. Moving on to Markai Lab Creations, always doing crazy work. He was on recently as a guest along with Weapon X Customs for, what did I call that show? Critique My Customs, where we, went to that hashtag and gave some constructive criticisms. If you're interested, if you're a new customizer, put it on your custom and we'll take a look and we'll try to help you guys out as best as we can. This is a very interesting piece you got going on. Another monster figure that he likes to work on. This was one of the customs that we actually critiqued. And James, as a response, you see those pants there? They kind of look like it's just skin color. He did end up making the change right there. He changed the color and he definitely looks a lot better with that paint scheme. Here's a person that took advantage of Critique My Customs. If you're interested, do that as well. All right, J. Hay Munster. This is going to be his first custom ever. And I think he did a pretty good job on the kit bash. And the paint is pretty good for being a brand new customizer. I think your paints came out actually pretty clean. Just remember to work on thin layers and that will help those, the naughty look of the paint there. It won't look as thick. But man, really outstanding work for your first custom. Keep it up. And speaking of first customs, here's another one. This is Tech Chucker. This is the man, the myth, the legend, the man that started it all at This Week in Dioramas. Yeah, this is his first custom that he did a while back, and I think this Red Hulk, dude, you know what you're doing. You know the dia work. It can definitely transfer to custom figures. This was his first Hulk. This is an older figure, as you can see there. He's got some spots of green that he didn't clean up because it was his first custom ever. That's something that you guys want to do. Make sure that you're either priming your figure or you're actually going to sand down that area. That way when that kneecap goes down, it doesn't rub it off. And that's how you remove paint rub. You have to do a lot of sanding ahead of time. But nice job, Matt. And his dioramas are awesome. He did this Toys R Us diorama that is off the hook. All right, Captain Frecky beat me to doing this giant man. He took it a completely different direction than I did, but that's exactly what I'm going to go for, except I'm going to use the entire NECA figure. He just used the head, and you're going to see here what size this is. I think you nailed the look of this. He was definitely trying to go for that Toy Biz. That's the Toy Biz Build-A-Figure right there. Look at this monster right behind him. Really good work. And I think he submitted this to Critique My Customs as well. So whenever we have enough customs, we'll do another episode and we'll talk about this giant man. But man, the presence of that is money. Captain Frecky, let's take a look at the video so you can get an up-close look. And we'll take a closer look when we do the Critique My Custom show. And that's enough advertising for that show. Captain Snick with Mr. Miracle. It's kind of like I was almost at an MCU, a DCU, a version of Mr. Miracle, who's a really cool character. I see that you're using some indestructible Hulk parts there. And a 3 3/4. I like it. Good use of those parts, man. That was very smart right there on the chest. Good work, as always. Motu Doobs doing a Masters of the Universe trap jaw right here. And yeah, man, cool. Cool looking figure. Very interesting character. Trap jaw was one of my favorites growing up as a kid. And speaking of kid favorites, right here we have Batman from 52G. And I like the build. Definitely like that you've updated. This is on a Marvel Legend body, right? It looks like it's a Marvel Legend body. Really nice looking. The emblem came out great. I'm trying to see what parts you borrowed. Probably you borrowed that belt from a DC figure and the head, obviously. But really nice custom figure. You know what? I need to do a Batman. That's got to be on my list. Here's another Batman figure. This Customs has a whole Hush display right here. And I really like that Hush, man. Did you update that Hush? Or is that the actual figure that they released, like, I don't know, 10 years ago? But he did do some work right there to Croc. He painted the eyes. And I just wanted to show you because it was a really nice looking display. Dig it. Victor Alva from Peru. Chimpum player, the beast, looking pretty sweet. He went completely different. Notice that he's using older parts, but that's what he had available to him. And I absolutely love this shot right here. You did an outstanding work. Let's get through these. Let's see. I can't remember if you had something else. But yeah, I really like this right here. That's very cool. Obviously, he did the glasses himself. He's using some of the old Toy Biz parts, but he updated the at least the chest area. All right, moving to Dead Hood Customs Major X, and look at this, and then look at the character design. Pretty darn close. Dead Hood Customs is definitely improving every single custom that he is putting out. Refine randoms, here we go. It is Force Friday, and this is a Mandalorian that he says he got from a cosplayer. I think he's called KO Creations. This is the cosplayer, and this is the duplication of that. I think you got pretty darn close, and I mean, who doesn't love Mandalorians? Fantastic job. All right, guys, that was a rapid fire this week in customs. Let's get to the top 5. And then I have some news for you. And here we go with the top 5, starting off with the first custom Phoenix Force creation, Stepford Cuckoos. The second custom is going to be DTG Figures Autonomous Swordsman, his scratch built. The third one is going to be, what was her name again? I keep on forgetting. What was her name? Talisman. That's right, Talisman by DF Action Figures. The fourth one is going to be Comic Customs. What's this? Arthur Morgan. It's right there in the title player. Come on. And the fifth one is going to be Brick Battalion's Devil Dinosaur. And with that, those are the top 5. Head on over to the community tab on my YouTube and put in your vote. And that brings us to the end of this week's episode. Next week, something special going on. We all get to decide who will be the third quarter winner, who will go up against Boardad Customs Ghost Rider, and whoever wins the fourth quarter for the This Week in Customs Championship. And with that, Brock out.